Alright, hey guys, how's it going, man? I'm just waking up, fucking lazy. I don't want to do anything. The coffee just fucking finally brewed. So, grab some coffee. Yep, this video is for entertainment and education purposes only. Any and everything I say could be wrong. Do your own research and come to your own conclusions. Alright, so, yeah. I had to clean my fucking coffee pot out. Let's check out this coffee pot. Let's see. How do I... Oh, I can't turn the camera around. Whoa, that's weird. So that's my coffee pot. See it? It's kind of one of those old school percolator things. And the way you clean them is with white vinegar. Distilled white vinegar and water. And you just brew it like you're brewing a cup of coffee, or I mean a pot of coffee. And then after you do that, then you gotta just run percolate water. So you have to fucking. So I had to do that this morning. What a pain in my ass, dude. And I'm supposed to go work for that old guy, you know. That old Jewish guy, that old rich Jewish guy who's like a cantankerous, angry old fucker. And yesterday I told the story of how a couple of days ago he fell hard, dude. It was like, what the fuck? That guy, I'll tell you what, though, he's one tough motherfucker. He is like, I've worked for him before, and he's really difficult to work for too. Yeah, these guys out here where I'm at, man, in the fucking the Death Valley desert kind of shit. These guys they've been doing these jobs out here for like 30 years and stuff, and they get rich. Some of these motherfuckers, they get rich off of it, you know. So, yeah, like this. Well, where I'm at, there's a whole history with this area. It's basically like Deadwood. It's basically like Deadwood was in the, you know, so like in the, I think it started in the 80s out here in this Death Valley part of the desert, where they just, a bunch of fucking, kind of outlaw motherfuckers, I guess you could say. They started their own economy out here that was tax exempt, where the government wasn't, like, that's why they did it out here in the desert, out in the middle of nowhere. That's the history of this area that I'm in, is they started their own market, tax-free market, like Deadwood was back before the federal government incorporated Deadwood as a city. And so that's what they did. I'm not even kidding you. I'm not making any of this up. And the history, man, like, see, it's all done now. Except for you got the stragglers and shit. And the stragglers, the ones that really did something, like made a bunch of money off of this free market, a tax-free market they created out here. They made a lot of money. And there's fucking gold out here all over the place too. But these old fucking outlaws that made a lot of money back then, it's a crazy story, dude. It's pretty interesting. You know, cause like you'd have 1 million people out here during the winter, cause it's the desert. Because this is like, you know, some of the fucking harshest desert in the U.S., you know, out in the middle of nowhere. You know, that's why they started this. A bunch of outlaws started this tax-free market out here. And they just, so But, you know, it took off really fast. I think because a lot of people were against the Federal Reserve and all this fucking federal bullshit going on, stealing people's fucking tax dollars is why it grew really big. And, I mean, like 1 million people would be out here in the fucking winter. And they'd bring all their yard sale shit, all their swap meet shit. And, you know, because there's gold out here, people would fucking be slinging gold and crystals. Because there's gold, there's crystals. And so then people are slinging crystals and gold and yard sale shit and antiques. But, like, dude, back then, back in the 80s and stuff, I've heard so many stories of these old timers that have been doing this for fucking 30 years, right? You could come out here with just pile up a bunch of fucking yard sale shit in the back of your truck. Come out here during the winter, pitch a fucking tent out in the desert with like a fucking million other people, and just set up a fucking table, pile all this yard sale shit on the table, and because there's 1 million people walking through to, you know, experience this free market, you could just have a bunch of yard sale shit, and within a week you could have $10,000 cold cash in your fucking fist. Because what you do is you sell the yard sale shit, right? Because you got all these different kind of people, 1 million people walking through, and they're all looking for whatever, you know. And so they'll buy shit from you. You get enough money, then you could use that money, buy some gold from somebody and or crystals. Then you start selling the gold and crystals with all your yard sale shit, and then more money's coming in. And as you make money, you can buy more stuff because you got all this, you know, gold, silver, jewels, semi-precious gemstones, crystals. And so all these people are just slinging all this shit, and it's all tax-free. The government, no government involvement whatsoever. And some of these guys, they made so much money that they got addicted to it. And so there are a few of the, you know, they're the kingpins out here. And I ended up just like working for the kingpins, you know, these outlaw motherfuckers, dude. And everything, so much has changed, though, of course, you know, I mean, it's still kind of like that here, but the government slowly crept in. And then they ended up incorporating this area as a town, like, I think in the late 90s or something, maybe. And then that caused a bunch of controversy, and there was like death threats. You know, all of that, incorporating the town, it caused a bunch of controversy, and it involved deaths of people, fake suicide, fake deaths, CIA getting involved, you know, death threats, arson, all this, just like, all even up, because once they incorporated the town, then it had a government. So you had a mayor, and then the mayor's getting death threats, and like, and people are dying. And the mayor ended up getting involved with the FBI and shit. And the FBI and the mayor coordinated the mayor's fake death in order to try to flesh out who was killing some of these officials and la-di-da. Like, this place is crazy, dude. This place is crazy. And then on top of that, there's like, if you're into the woo-woo shit, there's ley lines that go over this area. There's Indian burial grounds that, you know, they built buildings and stuff on. You know, there fucking UFOs out here. I never seen, well, I mostly have never seen UFOs until I come out here. Then since I've been out here for 8 years, I've seen like 5 legitimate UFO sightings, you know. I mean, it's fucking weird out here, dude. There's like everything and nothing going on at the same time. It's like you're bored, but at the same time you're overloaded with like what the fuck, you know what I mean? it's like excruciatingly boring, but then at the same time there's all this weird activity going on that you're kind of overloaded with. You see a UFO and it's like, what the fuck? Or whatever. It's just a crazy fucking place. I fell in love with it when I first got here. And but since then I've formulated a love-hate relationship, because I've had really insane things happen to me out here. Unbelievable things that I can't explain. I've tried to explain, and it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's like, okay, I guess it doesn't matter. I guess, like that Grateful Dead song. I guess it doesn't matter. Oh no, I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, it just nothing matters, anyways. But what matters? Nothing. Money. Yeah. It's just dumb, dude. What matters in society? I don't know. You fucking tell me. Society, the narrative is controlled in society. So what society tells you matters. Dude, like society's narrative is controlled. And so society tells you and I what matters through its controlled media narratives. So what matters? Nobody's really sure, because everybody's lying and misinforming and disinforming and manipulating and fucking deceiving. It's all a big clusterfuck. So whatever. Anyhow, I forgot where I was going. Oh yeah, so I got to go work for this guy today. It's like, all right, I'll give him till 1 o'clock, and I'm gonna be late. It's 9 o'clock right now. I'll show up at 9:30. But I'm not, whatever. If I don't feel like showing up, I don't. We're just kind of doing each other a favor. He needs help, and I need pocket change. So, but he's one of these guys, one of these outlaws that came out here. Well, you call it outlaw because they were navigating around all the Federal Reserve and federalized fucking tax, just like in Deadwood. They figured out how to do it out here for a long time, for many years out here. But like I said, the government slowly crept in, and so I caught the tail end of this. It's pretty much almost done. This place is gonna get, pretty soon there'll be a Walmart out here eventually. There's a smart city, a Bill Gates smart city that has been under construction for probably close to 10 years. It's only like 70 miles up from here, in some other area in the desert out in the middle of nowhere. A smart city. Yeah. And so because there's a smart city under construction that has been under construction for several years, 70 miles, east or whatever, they don't want they don't want to have 1 million people out here, a rogue people that are, so the government is slowly creeping in and eliminating all of that through, all kinds of bureaucracy and stuff. And it's really what it's sad for me to see the tail end of it, because it's dying. It's dead. Like Deadwood, dude. I'm telling you. So whatever. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. Come to your own conclusion. But anyway, so yeah, I just turn on the camera, talking shit. I got my coffee going. I watch Jim Rizzoli. I do not oppose. I don't. I'll say something about Jim Rizzoli. I mentioned it yesterday. I do not endorse nor oppose whatever it is that Jim talks about. I just, like I said yesterday, the principle of an everyday person running a channel. Dude, you never see it. You know, you see all these fakes. It's like Jim Rizzoli this morning is talking about, brings up Nick Fuentes. And people might try to argue, like, well, Nick Fuentes, there's an everyday person that's turned on. No, he's not. What? Dude, that fucker makes so many fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars every year off of his fucking shitty channel. Like, fuck Nick Fuentes, dude. I don't care. I want to hear from everyday people. People like Nick Fuentes, Styx Hexam, any and all these people, they're not everyday people. Dave Pacman, whoever the fuck. These people are making fucking nearly $1 million or more dollars a year off their shitty channels. They are fucking controlled, bro. They're controlled by that money that comes in. That's what controls them. I just want to hear from everyday people. You cannot find it on the damn internet. Why? Why? It's so easy to publish. Look, I'm just like some everyday person, you know, whatever. And it's really easy to publish videos. Like, I can put up content. But why isn't anyone doing it? You know, there's got to be a reason why, you know, that people aren't. And are people wondering this? Are people thinking about this? Like, why do we only see the Nick Fuentes? It's just like mainstream media. How come on mainstream media, all you ever see is all the talking heads and all the famous people, and you never see everyday people on the TV on mainstream media. Well, now isn't that strange that it's the same on the internet as it used to be on mainstream media before everybody moved over to the internet? How weird. It's the same thing on the internet as it is on mainstream media. Whoa, what could that possibly mean? I wonder what that could mean. It's like, dude, hello? It's the same bullshit. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. The old boss is Tucker Carlson. The new boss is Nick Fuentes. Same bullshit. And these bots, they constantly defend the internet. Oh, it's the biggest revolutionary thing in the whole wide universe. The internet is so amazing. It's just mainstream media 2.0, which would imply it's worse than mainstream media because it's 2.0, motherfucker. Whatever. Oh, the truther movement is on the internet now. yeah, we've hacked the mainframe and the satellite mainframes, and now we're broadcasting the truth now. Yeah, right. Like, yeah, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. If it weren't so tragic, you know, it's like, you know, divine comedy, man. Oh yeah, the internet, True Stream Media has hacked into the satellite mainframe, and they're broadcasting their truth now, and everybody loves it. Everybody cheers it on. Yay! Because they're just everyday people like me and you, right? True Stream Media. Yeah, they're just everyday people like me and you. It's like, come on. Well, what's the problem, Angry Hobo? Why are you so... They're just everyday people. You know, that's how they are. Even though they make, you know, so many hundreds of thousands of dollars a year doing their shitty channel that it's probably close to, if not more than $1 million a year just off of their shitty channel. It's so dumb, bro. So fucking dumb. Looks like Aldous Huxley was right about this dystopia he predicted. It appears as though we're living in it, man. Yeah. a small group of people that are hand selected by the regime, you know, they get you know, substantial amount of you know, creative and financial freedom, and a very, you know, high standard of living, while everyone else, all the epsilons below, experiencing little to none. But shrug shoulders. Who cares? Because this is great. It's awesome. We love our chains. We love our chains because this is America. So, anyways, what do we got? Oh shit, 20 minutes. All right. See you, boys.